Let's unbox the Oppo A78 5G. So it comes in three different colours. This model has 4GB of RAM and 128GB of storage. A quick cut of the seal, and on the back it mentions it has a 50MP AI rear camera plus a 5000 mAh battery. So lifting your lid, sadly it doesn't reveal your phone, but it reveals your paperwork. So you will receive a quick start guide, receive safety information, further safety information in multiple different languages, and also your SIM tool. On the device it mentions 33W Super VOOC charging, 5000 mAh battery, 50MP AI camera and a dual stereo speakers. And of course you get that satisfying pill. So I have the glowing black design, and on the rear it shows a dual camera design which is made up of a 50MP AI camera and a black and white macro sensor of 2MP. A UK 3-pin plug is provided with 33W Super VOOC charging, and you will pair that with your USB-A to USB-C cable for charging and to get the best performance possible. So let's power on our device, and it has a large 6.5-inch HD Plus display with up to 90Hz refresh rate. So taking a look at the setup process, so we're going to click hello and get started. Before we do that though, I just want to make you aware of the accessibility settings. There's a little icon on the top right hand corner. And inside here there are some settings. The first one is talkback. This is where it will narrate everything to you on your device. This is where it's helpful for those that are visually impaired like myself, and you can navigate and listen to everything you need to hear. So let's turn talkback back off. The next section is magnification. So once toggled on, this will allow you to magnify into your device. So you can toggle it on and off here, and you can also do that in the accessibility settings as well. So you can choose different ways to activate your magnification. So 3 quick taps of the display, and you can pinch in further to zoom in and see. But with the large 6.5-inch display, it makes it really easy to navigate round. You can also do a quick jump where you press 3 times, hold with 1 finger, and it jumps back for you. So we'll toggle that off, come back, and the other option inside here is high contrast colors, making it a little bit easier to see. As you see, the text goes bold. So let's go back and we'll go through the setup process together. So first up is to select your language, and we're going to choose English. Then next on United Kingdom, we then have legal information that you need to agree to. So I'm just going to tick all of these, and you can read through them if you wish to. Tap next again. Then we're going to connect to mobile network. So I could add a SIM card if I wish to, and I've already added one. Also, you do have the option to connect via Wi-Fi. So I'm going to hit next here. So we're going to connect to a Wi-Fi network. What you need to do is locate your Wi-Fi network on this list. You may have it named personally, or just choose the Wi-Fi that you connect to normally. And then what you'll be asked to do is enter your password. So you see the keyboard here for the first time. Simply enter your password. Once you've entered your password, hit the little tick. It will connect, and it should either say connected or turn blue, and you then can press next. It will check for system updates. The next step is moving apps and data. So you can move apps and data from a previous device. So tap next here. It says to connect to another device to get started. I'm actually going to not copy. Then you ask to sign into Google. So you can create your Google account if you need to. You can ask for a password reset, or simply just sign in or skip. So I am going to sign in with my Google account. Once you've signed in, it will ask you who is using your device. Is it for a child or is it for yourself? So it's for myself. We'll then hit continue. You have Google's terms of use, which you need to agree to. Again, it will check for any app updates and software updates that it can do in the background for you. You then come on to Google services. So there's a range of different services here that you can go through. So the main one I normally turn off is backup, but I'm going to use that at the moment to bring in a new backup for this device. Here in the UK and Europe, you do have to select your search provider. So I'm going to choose Google, so you can see which ones they offer and what they offer. Then coming on to your unlock method. So you can choose fingerprint, you can choose face recognition, or a PIN password. It will ask you to set up a backup option. So I'm going to just choose a PIN. So I'm going to enter a PIN. You could change this to a 4-digit PIN as well. So once you've added your PIN twice, it will tell you where your fingerprint sensor is, which is down the right hand side and is actually your power button. And what you'll need to do is simply tap your thumb to fill in the fingerprint on screen. It will highlight areas that you'll need to redo, and it will say when it's not been able to recognize the thumbprint or the fingerprint. Then it's going to ask you about your Google Assistant, and if you want Google Assistant. It will also check if you have a voice match on file as well, to access Google Assistant. It will then ask you if you want to use Google Assistant with your power button. So I've said yes to this, but this may actually be difficult to use when using accessibility settings. Then you have the option for Google Pay, so you can add cards to your wallet, and then you can go through and select which cards you want to use. I have some here, but I'm going to just skip for the moment. Then it's asking, is there anything else? So you can tap on these different options and you can add different things such as mail. You can then look at other options around applications and what applications to install. And then finally, you have a list of previous used applications as well. So I'm going to say no thank you and carry on. Then it comes on to navigations. You have gesture control or the 3 capacitive button option, recommended services, which is absolutely fine. And then we come on to Color OS. So Color OS is the overlay. So Android is in the background, but we have Color OS here from Oppo. Then we load into our home screen for the first time. So our device is all set up and ready to go. So looking forward to testing this device, and if you have any questions or queries, please make sure to leave a comment below, as I'll be more than happy to help. I will be creating further videos on accessibility, so taking a look at how accessible this device is. We'll be testing the camera, testing the operating system, as well as the battery, and I'll bring that all together in my final review. I will make sure to leave a link to Oppo here in the UK in the video description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.